You guys want a tropical escape without maxing out your credit card or selling a kidney? Yeah, I hear you totally. So today I'm going to be showing you guys some of the 5 amazing tropical destinations where you guys can fly, you guys can stay, you guys can relax, and most importantly, squeeze out a few adventures for under $1,000 total. This includes flight, hotel, food, everything. So some of these places are super hot right now, so let's dive on it. Our first destination on our list is going to be Puerto Rico. The best airport to fly into is going to be San Juan, SJU, and there's going to be tons of direct flights from many of the US cities. So you guys can definitely capitalize on this and not have to do a layover somewhere else. In terms of getting around, you guys can Uber right from the airport over to Santoris, and it's usually about $20. Hopefully no more than that. And there's no rental car needed if you're actually staying in San Juan. And in terms of where to stay in Puerto Rico, I want you guys to look at some of the budget options and also a mid-range option also. So the budget option that I do have is going to be the Casa Santoris Hotel. So this is going to be a dorm bed style hostel for about $32 a night. It includes some great social vibes in Santoris, and it's right near the beach. And in terms of a mid-range option for you guys in Puerto Rico, I want you guys to check out the Hyatt House, which is right in San Juan as well. So this is a little bit pricier, going for about $170 to $200 per night. And it's a beachfront comfort property where you guys can definitely enjoy those waterfront amenities. One hidden gem I do have for Puerto Rico is going to be the Loquillo Kiosks, which is a beachfront food stall which has some amazing meals and dishes for just about $5 a piece. And then if you guys are looking to avoid some of those tourist traps, I want you to avoid those overpriced beachfront bars right in Cortado. And you guys can still get the beautiful views, but expect to pay triple if you guys are checking out those tourist spots. So a daily budget for Puerto Rico runs about $70 a day. And this will include your food, this will include your transport, as well as your different attractions you guys are looking to do. And speaking of things to do, let's talk about some of my favorite activities you guys can do out in Puerto Rico. So down there, you guys can hike the El Yunque Rainforest, which is an incredible opportunity, and it's only $8 at the entrance. Next, you guys can also explore the historic Old San Juan, where you guys can get those free walking tours as well as those colorful streets. Next, I know you guys are going over there for the beaches, so you guys can also chill on Isla Verde Beach. This is a hot spot down there. And if you guys are anything like me, you guys are looking to get some workouts no matter where you're traveling to, you guys can jog along the beach or check out some of the local gyms. Most of them tend to have day passes. The price varies, but usually it's about $15 drop-ins just for a day pass. So a military tip I do have for Puerto Rico is to always ask the hotels directly about the military rates. Some of these hotels offer those military discounts, it's just not publicly advertised. So based off of this, you guys can kind of tell that Puerto Rico is basically Miami's cooler cousin, same sunshine, with fewer dollar signs associated. All right, let's move on to destination number 2, and that's going to be Nicaragua. So I want you guys to fly into Managua, MGA, and then you guys can take a shuttle over for about $40 or a local bus for around $3, right over to San Juan del Sur. And in terms of where to stay in Nicaragua, I want you guys to check out this budget option. This is going to be the Space Jungle Oasis, which was actually formerly named the Space Garden Hostel. So this is another similar dorm-style hostel with $10 to $17 beds with some private rooms for $30 to $50, but it's also got those jungle vibes, a pool, as well as yoga. Mid-range option that I have for Nicaragua is going to be the Hush Maduras Surf Hotel. This is going to be beachfront rooms for about $50 a night. I hope you guys are looking to surf, as it's definitely a hot spot and a great option as well. So a hidden gem that I have for Nicaragua is going to be Playa Maderas. This is a less crowded surf spot with some chill vibes, and as I mentioned, you guys are going to want to hit the beach, try surfing, and catch some waves. This is a less crowded surf spot with chill vibes, and it's only about 4 kilometers from the town. So a tourist trap for this area is actually going to be the Ocean View bars right in the main square. It's great for all those photos and everyone loves being over there, but the food can be pricey and it's also a little underwhelming. Just something to keep in mind. So in terms of a daily budget for Nicaragua, I want you guys to expect to spend about $50 per day. So this area actually ends up staying super wallet friendly, but then you can also add on some buffer between the shuttle fees and the taxes, which will cost a little bit more than some of the other places. Just like I mentioned in Puerto Rico, it's a little cheaper for an Uber. So some of the things to do, I want you guys to try out volcano boarding over at Cerro Negro, which is about $35 for the guided tours over there. And you guys can also surf, you guys can hike, or you guys can also join a $5 yoga class in Nicaragua. It's an incredible place to visit. Also, in terms of food options, I want you guys to eat local street food for about $2 to $4 per meal, which is unprecedented compared to the prices you'll see in the United States for street food. And also, beach yoga down here is extremely common, often free, and it's a heck of an opportunity to be able to relax in a lush jungle area and be able to enjoy that, or just be on the beach doing yoga. It's super relaxing and exactly what you deserve on a destination trip. One military tip I do have for Nicaragua is that some of the local tour operators and the different hostels offer 10% discounts for military personnel, and like most locations, you just need to ask. The answer is always no unless you ask them. So what's funny about Nicaragua is you guys will actually end up spending more money on sunscreen than you will on food here. And that's actually not a joke, that's just a straight up fact. All right, let's move on to our third destination. That's going to be Curaçao. So the best airport to fly into here is going to be Hato International, CUR. This has direct flights from Miami as well as New York City. So you could definitely get there from most parts of the country. And in terms of transportation, you guys are able to rent a car for about $45 a day, which is often cheaper than places in the United States. And public buses are very limited here. So just something to keep in mind. And in terms of where to stay, I want you guys to check out the Bed and Bike Curaçao, which is a little cheaper than some other spots, and it just costs $78 to $85 a night, and this offers you guys some cozy and local vibes. Next hotel option I want you to check out is going to be the Mystique Suites Atrabana, which is a difficult thing to say, but it costs about $60 to $70 per night, and it's also a great budget option, actually a little bit cheaper than the Bed and Bike. So one hidden gem I have for this area is going to be the Boy Beach, which is a spot where the locals love. There's free barbecue pits, as well as some great snorkeling options. So definitely make sure you guys bring a mask and some fins with you. One tourist trap for this area is actually going to be the cruise ship shops downtown. So you guys can expect to see some overpriced souvenirs, as well as some less authentic options. A daily budget for this spot is actually going to be about $80 to $90 a day. And as I mentioned, snorkeling over at the Playa Lagoon has free entry, and it's a beautiful spot, crystal clear water, so you're definitely going to want to check that out. As well as exploring the Willemstad downtown with its famous floating market, as well as the bridge. Next, you guys can also cliff jump over at Playa 40. And if you guys are looking for some different kind of workouts and active things to do, you guys can rent a bike or jog along the stunning North Coast trails. And in terms of military discount for Curaçao, some of the dive centers offer reduced rates for veterans. You guys always want to ask, but if you guys happen to have a mask, a snorkel, and the fins, and anything else associated for some of the water activities you're looking to have, definitely bring them with you. It's definitely going to save you some money and make it a little cheaper for you in terms of the whole trip. All right, quick check-in, guys. If you guys are loving these budget gems, tap that like button, hit subscribe for me, and also drop a palm tree emoji below. We post new budget travel videos every single week, and you guys are not going to want to miss what's next. All right, let's dive on in number 4. So that's going to be Thailand. And as you could expect, you guys are going to fly into Bangkok, BKK, and then take one of the domestic flights to Krabi or Phuket. And while you guys are over here, transportation is kind of a different story than the other 3 locations, where they have some minivans plus ferries to Koh Lanta. And this will be about $30 to $40 total. So kind of similar price range, but much different than just grabbing an Uber off your phone. And in terms of where to stay over here in Thailand, I want you guys to check out the Hay Beach Hostel Koh Lanta, where this is a dorm bed style option for about $22 a night, which is incredibly cheap compared to some of the United States locations. And next, I want you guys to also take a look at Lanta Riviera Resort. So you guys will actually have rooms here, and this runs about $50 to $60 per night. So if you guys are looking for some early morning hikes, I want you guys to use this hidden gem. Go over to Railay Beach Lagoon. It's extremely magical and a lot less crowded than some of the other tourist traps. But speaking of tourist traps, I want you guys to avoid the full moon parties. These are fun and exciting, but they're also overhyped, and they tend to jack up the price, so the drinks tend to be much more expensive if you're over there for those parties. A daily budget for Thailand is about $55 to $65 per day. And in terms of things to do, I want you guys to check out looking into renting a motorbike for about $6 a day, which is an incredible deal. Visiting some of the iconic temples like Wat Pho, which is about $3 entry, as well as having some of that beautiful street food, where you can get those meals for about $1 to $2 each. And if you're looking to work out, I want you to try the Thai boxing gyms, and then after that, head over to the beachfront and get a $10 beachfront massage. So for the military, there's no specific Thailand military discounts, as you would probably expect, but some of the banks offer better exchange rates to US military cardholders. So Thailand is basically the spot where you guys can continue to eat 5 meals a day, have a boat tour, and still spend less money than you would in the United States. 5th on our list is going to be Belize. So if you guys are headed over here, I want you to fly into Philip S.W. Goldson International, which is BZE, and then take a water taxi for about $25 over to Caye Caulker. When you guys get over here, I want you to stay at one of these 2 locations. I want you to check out Tropical Paradise Hotel, which has rooms for about $65 a night, or check out the Go Slow Guest House, which has dorms and private rooms for about $30 to $40 a night, so that's a little bit cheaper for you guys. And a hidden gem over in Belize is going to be the Split, where there's a free natural infinity pool, as well as a great swimming spot, so you can kind of get the best of both worlds. One tourist trap for Belize that I want you guys to check out if you want to, but also be wary and avoid it if you need to, is going to be the Blue Hole flyovers. It's amazing but expensive, and this flyover costs about $300 or more per tour. So something to keep in mind. It's one of the more expensive things that you could do out here. And in terms of a daily budget, you're looking at about $75 a day for everything. Some of the main things you're going to want to do over in Belize is going to be snorkeling over at Shark Ray Alley, where these tours go for about $40 and you'll actually be in the water with sharks. You guys can rent bikes or kayaks and explore the island. You guys can chill over at the Lazy Lizard Bar and have $2 Belican beers. Or, if you guys are military, check out some of the dive shops similar to the other ones and ask for those 10% discounts for certified military divers. Budget travel isn't impossible. It's honestly more fun, requires a little bit of planning, but if you're strategic with it, you can definitely save money and enjoy the heck out of your trip. You can meet more people, have better food, come home with better stories. If one of these tropical destinations is on your list and calling your name, I want you guys to let me know in the comments. Don't forget to watch the next video in this series where I can break down the cheapest Caribbean islands, ranked by the cost and ranked by the value. Catch you there. Keep traveling.